go ahead and do that. All right. So, welcome to the live. If you're here right on time, I'm just waiting for my co-host to hop on. But otherwise than that, I'll just go ahead and get things started. I actually messaged her, but uh, I haven't heard back yet, so I hope she's okay. Um, I don't see the box to leave the questions, so I'm okay with that. I was looking at the green screen; looks very cool. But okay, we're gonna take that off. That looks horrible. Uh, oh, what did I do? Done. Okay. All right. Mhm. Mhm. Loving the little retouch. I have my little light on today too, so hopefully that's all going good and dandy. So in the meantime, if you don't know my background, I'm Haitian American, proudly Haitian American, and today, May 18th, is Haitian Flag Day. So I'm gonna give a huge shout out to my people. Happy Independence Day to the world's first Black nation. Okay, um, you've gone through a lot, and you just you. I think Haiti doesn't get enough credit for what it did historically. A lot of people don't know that even before Pan Africanism was a thing, Haiti was actively doing it by decreeing that any black man who touched foot on Haiti was a free man. This was the time where Haiti was first free and the other countries weren't, like in the US. And people don't know, but there was actually an African American migration to Haiti, partially due to this, and from other nations as well. Haiti also did purchase slave ships, like people from slave ships who were going to be enslaved in other places, but they literally what they did was they didn't like overtake the boats, but pay for the people on the boats and obviously give them their freedom in Haiti. Haiti really hated enslavement of the black people or the black African diaspora, and they actively worked against it. Um, and another fun fact, since it is the Flag Day, I just want to share this with you guys, is that if you notice the French flag, it's like this red, but there's white in the middle and blue. And so the difference is, sorry guys, I'm just giving you guys a little uh fun fact because it's Haitian Flag Day and I'm waiting for my co-host. But if you notice, the French flag is the same, but it has a white part in the middle. And the way that the Haitian flag came to be is that they ripped out the white part, which symbolized the French people, and they turned it this way and left the red and the blue. And the red and the blue are supposed to symbolize the black population of Haiti as well as the mulatto population of Haiti, because the southern part of Haiti, it was home to a lot of mulatto people in that area. So yeah, that's the fun fact about the Haitian flag. So yeah, welcome. Happy Dimanche or Sunday. It is a Haitian Flag Day, hence why I'm giving the Haitian fun fact. And if you don't know, I am proudly Haitian American. It's definitely where I get a lot of my strength from. But yes, so my co-host, I texted her, so I hope she's okay. She's supposed to be coming in and giving the perspective of South Korea, Germany. She's originally from South Africa. South Africa is where we actually met. She's actually a really, really, really close friend of mine. I met her during a very low point for me in South Africa. I was going through a lot. I was going through a lot. I have actually had a video up about what happened in South Africa, and I had a live up about it and how I felt like I failed and things like that. So if you want to go and click it, you can see what happened to me there. But um, I met her during a very low point. She came in like a little angel for me, and I can never forget or not appreciate that factor. But so this was like around COVID time. So at that time, COVID was just coming in. Like nobody knew what COVID was. Nobody knew what COVID was. It was like the onset of COVID, and she actually had come to Pretoria, which is one of South Africa has three capitals, like a judicial capital, legislative capital and economic capital. So Pretoria is like a place where they do like a lot of things like legally. It's not judicial. Judicial is Bloemfontein. I'm forgetting the capital, but anyways, Pretoria is one of the capitals. I think it's the legislative capital, and Johannesburg is definitely the economic capital. Um, Hello, welcome. And I met her there. She actually was there because she was getting her documents to go to Korea, and that's why like I just said, it's a legislative. It's like a place where you get you have a lot of embassies. So the U.S. embassy is there, the Korean embassy is there. You name it, they're all there. And you know, so she went to go do that, and I met her while I was like kind of like staying like in a hostel and stuff like that. We were staying at the same hostel. That was it. That was like in my phase or my time where I was still doing hostels. Like I will never do that now. Like I think I've outgrown that phase. Like I'm in my 30s and I want a proper place. But at that time, like I wanted to, well actually I was there with the US government. I was doing the Peace Corps at the time. And so that's what they offered us when we would come to stay in the capital and move from our respective different villages. And my village was really far up north, like near Zimbabwe type stuff. And that's where we stayed. It was the hostel, and she stayed there too while she was trying to save and get her Korean visa and stuff like that. And we kind of just was like, oh, I don't know what it was, but I think she was going to go somewhere. And I was like, okay, let's go. And then we went out for dinner and we hung out. And then she actually ended up being one of my closest friends. Like, she is one of my closest friends. And I just love her to pieces. And she just understands me and I understand her. But, anyways, so yeah, that was like pre COVID. Nobody knew. It was like within leading into the days of COVID. Hello. And I was ultimately going to go back to the U.S. and she was going to go to South Korea, and then the world was at that point had locked down, and then COVID had happened, and I was locked down in the U.S. I had left South Africa and been locked down in the U.S., and she left South Africa and been locked down in Korea. I did not end up staying in America long. I ended up staying in America for a few months, and getting therapy, getting my resources together and stuff like that. And then what did I do next? I was just getting ready to gear up and go to Ghana. At that point, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stick to the original plan, which was actually Ghana. But I decided to go the route of the Peace Corps. I think for several reasons. I was like, well, at least once I leave, there's like a lot of benefits like they give you. Like they give you education, like credits to it, continue education and stuff like that, and help to cancel some of your debt or at least pause it. And if you want a position within the US government, they help to get non-competitive status. So all those things were going, and that's why I went into the Peace Corps. But did I initially really really wanted to do it? No, it was actually really to go to Ghana. I even looked at Ghana Peace Corps, which out would put me out by like places like Tamale, like more in the northern half, definitely outside of Accra. And I thought about it, but the wait time was too long and all this other stuff like that. So I just went with that way. But I guess God makes no mistakes. But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and start with some of the questions. I think something happened to her where she couldn't come. If she drops in at any point, we'll just keep the ball rolling with her. But I guess something happened. So I'm going to go ahead and answer some of the questions that we initially had set up for today, about living abroad, or how is it like living abroad in different countries. So for me, I obviously don't have experience in South Korea or Germany. I've only visited those areas, but I've never stayed in them. My areas are primarily within Haiti, South Africa, and obviously now Ghana, outside of the US. And obviously, those are all three developing countries, three different levels of development, but they actually all fall under development. So, yeah. Yeah, and at any point, if you have any questions, you can definitely feel free to go ahead and ask me. So that's one of the things about the lives and coming to the lives. You're always free to come and ask me anything that you would like. So this is my time carved out for you guys. It was a pretty chill Sunday though, I must say. Okay, so all right, I was just pulling up the questions. So it's broken out into cultural experiences, work and finance, living situation, language and communication, lifestyle, and social life. Oh, legal and practical matters, and my personal insight. Now let me adjust a bit because I gotta my legs are underneath right now. Okay, all right. So let's start with cultural experience, which is actually my favorite. Okay, let me see if I can. So I'm trying to read the screen behind. Okay, all right. So what has the biggest what has been the biggest cultural difference you've had to adjust to? So I'm gonna say this. South Africa, I'm gonna try to answer in specific for some countries, but what I noticed about the three developing countries that I've lived in is that they actually have a lot of similarities, even though they have a lot of differences as well. So, as far as the biggest cultural difference that I've had to adjust to, or I've like pretty much noticed, is that in places like Haiti, then with South Africa, it could be two different extremes, like the city and the rural. It's like two different worlds in one place. Um, but with their rural area, Haiti in general, Ghana in general, is that I've noticed that it's extremely slowed down. Okay, so yeah, it's extremely slowed down, I think. And with that, it's just like it's taught me patience. If you don't know what patience is, either you're whether you like it or not, in these places, you're going to get to know it. You're going to get to know it. And if you don't get on that wavelength, it's going to adversely put affect you and put BP on you for no reason. The people will probably look at you like, are you okay? Like, so you just need to know that that's one of the biggest cultural differences I've had to adjust to. I hear that a lot from a lot of Westerners, UK, US, Canada people, is that the time. I'm actually helping somebody with their residency. Oh, dang, this thing was in charge. It's my little. Yeah, I'm helping somebody right now with. It's probably gonna die again. I'm helping somebody now with their residency in Ghana. And a week passed by. Oh, it definitely died. A week passed by, and she's like, "Jesse, where's the information?" And mind you, I give her a lot of information as well. She's like, "Jesse, what's going on?" And I'm like, you don't know if I got it yet. Relax. Things are not overnight at all. So you gotta. That's one of the biggest things. If you take anything from this, if you're ever planning to move to Ghana or many of the developing world, you'll not everywhere. Please don't make that mistake about putting them all into one bin. But patience and dealing with things at a slower pace. You have to learn to accept that. Okay, so let's see. Question number two for cultural experience. How do locals treat foreigners or expats? Okay. Gotta be honest here. So, contrary to what you hear about Haiti as far as that goes, they're actually very nice to foreigners. They love foreigners. They're actually very interested in foreigners, minus outside of the gang capital current issue. Ghana loves foreigners. They treat foreigners very well. I must say that about them. Very friendly. South Africa, they can be friendly, but I have to be very, very honest here is that I think the biggest thing that one of the other biggest things that took me by surprise was the xenophobia. I had no idea what that was. Again, my closest friend, who she's supposed to be on live, but maybe something, I hope nothing happened to her, but something probably came up, is that, she's the sweetest person and the most realest person, and you get that from South Africa, but also xenophobia can happen too. Blue! Hey, Blue, welcome. Oh, look at
Oh,
Jody.
hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about me being late, everyone. Hi.
It's okay. Anyways, we
Thanks.
just we just started. So I actually was like, I was coming up with my own questions that I was talking about for somebody who lives abroad, but I liked your master list better. It was good.
Okay, thank you.
It was good. Do you have it?
The questions?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do. I do.
I think
Um,
I think I'm gonna let you go ahead and lead with that.
I will lead with that.
Yeah.
Okay, before I lead with that, let me first introduce myself.
Yes. Please introduce yourself. This is actually like my best one of my best friends. I hope y'all know this, but go on.
Okay, yes, I'm your best friend. I also feel like I'm your best friend because we've been talking for more than 2 years. It's been a long time.
It's been more than 2 years.
It's been long. It's been
Yeah, it's been
long.
like when was COVID? COVID was like how many years ago? It's been
That
more.
is a long time. That is a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, time.
So, how do I introduce myself? Okay, I am Phoenix. I go by the name of Phoenix on my YouTube, and I am a foreign born spouse, military spouse, living abroad, as well as a South African. So I got married to a US soldier whilst I was in my travels, and that's how I ended up traveling across the world.
Oh wow. Oh look, and Blue just said 4 years. We've been friends for more than 4 years, my friend. No clarification, yeah. Yeah, so she's great for an insight on if you want to see what it's like being a military spouse, a US military spouse,
A
and
foreign.
a foreign, yeah, foreign, because she's not American. So she's South African. You gotta say how you and your husband met, ma'am.
Oh, we met in Korea through mutual friends. We were hanging out, and after that we became friends. I started doing something I was not supposed to do, is like getting a second job in a foreign country called Korea. And through that, we became very close friends and we had a good time together. And then this man said, I want to take you to take you home. I'm gonna take you home. And I said, you must try. You must try to take me. Because I felt like he was way younger than me, and I was like, I don't. I think he's just having fun, And after that, the rest was history. I said yes to. Eventually, I said yes. He proved himself that he was worthy of me.
Hey, hey, I love that for you, friends. Hey, Saka, welcome. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share, and definitely visit my friend.
Oh, thank you.
I love Saka. I visit him too. Yeah. So it's very funny. She was working in Korea, and that's where she met her American husband, and now she's a foreign military spouse. And it's not like she just like stays on the base. She travels.
Mm,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, so you get to see, a bit of Germany, a bit of Korea, and all those different things like that. Um, yeah, so between us, we have like, I don't know, is it like six, or how many six countries? You have Korea, you have experience in, let's include home birth countries, South Africa, Korea, and Germany.
Yeah,
And then I have experience in America, Haiti, South Africa, and Ghana. So it would be like
that's that's
that.
a lot.
Yeah. So we have like a pretty varied interest, and that means that's how many continents? That's Europe, that's Asia, that's Africa, and that's North America.
Yeah.
So we have quite a bit of varied experiences between us. So I mean, when she asked the questions and we slide it amongst the different countries, you get to see how those different things work and things like that. So yeah, friends, feel free. You can dive into whatever questions that you would.
Oh, okay, since because this is a live, we don't mind people asking questions. Okay, so please feel free to engage, and then you entertain us, we entertain you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know what shocked you most about when you visited South Africa. When you landed there, did you feel some kind of way? Because some other Americans they like, I never felt the presence of motherland in South Africa.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be very honest on here. Let me tell you the truth, okay? Because I think I had lived in Haiti, which is a black nation, I don't think I had that very big shock. And shout out, it's Haitian Flag Day. I don't care, I'm gonna say that a million times. So shout out to the world's first Black Republic, Haiti.
Baby, please bring my flag. I want to bring my South African flag.
You can bring, yeah, bring your flag, bring your flags, people. Um,
I
yes,
asked my husband to bring my flag.
tell people I love people. Now, it did have its own feel, it did have its own vibe, and I loved it. But I don't know. I think anybody like maybe somebody who's probably like, let's say from another Caribbean island too, maybe they won't feel as heavy. I don't know because what a lot of people don't understand is that I'm not actually African American, even though I say this all the time. But I love the vibe, love the feeling, but no, I didn't feel like that. I never felt like that. I feel the same way about Ghana. Ghana has this real warm vibe and feeling. Thank you, Blue Butterflies. But I don't know. It's probably because I've lived in a black majority nation for so long, anyways. So yeah, that was a good question.
I think I do understand because you come from different places, different areas. You probably you will have a different feeling, and because of also your experience, you're like, oh, screw that place.
Through that place. It's just like, oh, okay, my brothers and sisters. Yeah, I feel them too. Yeah, they just because one of the things that I've heard, and I think a lot of people again have to be educated on um different American identities and how that works. Because a lot of the times when people hear or see me abroad, they automatically assume I'm just like American or African American, and it's not true. Um, so yeah, like it's just having that different background and experience. I used to always hear like African Americans say, like when they come to Ghana, like, oh my God, the judge is black, the police are black, are all black, the people in positions of power are all black, and they're shocked. And then like I had a conversation with my Jamaican friend who's also American based, and she was like, yeah, but I grew up seeing that, and I was like, yeah, me too. So it for some reason it kind of reduces that shock level for me.
Yeah, it's South Africa is quite. You see all the different colors. You're like, okay, what are you doing here?
One what did you say about South Africa though that I think, and I read about it, but I really really saw it when I was there, is that it's truly the rainbow nation. Like every color is in South Africa.
Yeah, we got Indians, we even got Pakistanians.
Yeah, stands doing the tuck shops and all that other stuff like that. So yeah, that was yeah. I don't. It's not like I don't know. I don't know how to say it, but I want to be very honest. I'm not. It's just like when you're so used to a certain thing, it doesn't really shock you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I can understand why a lot of my thoroughbred African American people are like, oh my God, all the people in positions of power are black, and this, and there's so much black people because America is a country where they make up only 14% of the population. So
Yeah, I think my experience when I went to the States and arrived, okay, when I got in, I was like, I feel like I'm in Joburg because I arrived in Seattle. And I was like, this is Joburg. Because my husband asked me, how does it feel to, I said, I don't feel anything. It feels like Joburg.
Yay! And I feel like it's dependent on the part of Joburg too. Joburg is such an interesting place.
Yes, but it felt like Senton. I felt like I was walking in Senton in the Seattle airport. the energy, it really felt like Senton. And then on top of it, then the moment I got out of the airport, I saw so many white people. I was like, I felt anxiety. I was like, how can I walk? I don't feel safe. I
So
don't-
for reference, for the people who haven't been to South Africa, Sandton is the richest strip of land in all of Africa. It is beautiful. It is brand new. It has the highest buildings. It's beautiful. I can't. There's nothing else to
yeah.
say. But it's also, not only is it this, but it's also very yeah as well. So yeah. Okay, I think that was pretty good. Okay. You got any other questions, Chobi?
Okay. I want to know, what was your biggest misconception about South Africa?
Eesh. Yeah, well, like I don't even know what to say. That's why she got her South African flag. I got like, what's my biggest misconception about South Africa? I can't remember one that's really, really strong though. I'm gonna throw that back to you. How about Korea?
Biggest misconception about Korea?
Yes.
I want to tell any woman out there who's into Korean soapies and Korean what that cute little thing. Oh, he's so cute. He's such a beautiful man. Those men are horrible. They are abusive to so many women, and when they go into marriage, it's just crazy. So many divorces, and people don't know that. So when I went to Korea, I thought, oh, these people are so sweet, they're so kind, and not that every Korean is like that, but I think the conception of like, oh, they bow and
They're
they so
respectful.
respectful, and you don't think that they say, oh no, we don't steal, and you can see people putting their phones on top of the table, and no one is stealing it. You feel like you are free, you feel safe, you feel 100% safe. And I will always say, don't let your guard down, ever. No matter how safe the country is, you can go to Switzerland, I don't care. They stole my stuff. They stole my shit in Korea. And on top of it, the conception was this: we are very sweet and we are very innocent, and everything is perfect and so polished and so nice. But deep underneath, there are problems. There are so many problems that people don't talk about. And also, with all the people putting vlogs out there, it's all about just beautiful stuff, but they never show you like the things that really go down.
Let me pause. You just said so many things that I absolutely adore. Number one, the thing that she said that I want you guys to get stuck in your head. I don't care which country, which continent that you're going to. You always have to be alert. I don't care if they tell you the people there are saints with halos on their heads. Okay? You always have to be alert. And there's always, even if let's say the majority of the people are good, there's always going to be that one. There's always going to be that one. Okay. I don't know how many times I have to say this. You know, she just said it. And then let's say another point that you just said, which was so spot on, is that when you go on social media with the example of Korea, and you can apply this to any country, okay, is that you always see the beautiful things. Most people, yeah, this is, people, you got to think about it. Social media is very centered around views, likes, and all that other stuff like that. So, you know, people, and then sometimes people, they don't even stay around long enough to really understand the issues. You were in South Korea for how long? 4 years. So it's not like she's somebody who's new to this. You went to South Korea for 3 months and you think you know those people? You don't know those people. You don't know them. Even 1 year, you probably don't even know them. You understand what I'm saying? So, one thing I always say, and I'll repeat it until your ears fall off, is that people are people. Okay, people, listen, are people. I don't care if they say, even if like let's say for majority factor, people say, oh, those people in that country are bad or they're rude or this or that. I bet you there's a person who's good. People come in different ways and different forms. Never ever make that mistake. Okay? I don't care what the generalization is, good or bad.
Mm.
You just yeah, you just said it right there. Yeah, Fred.
I
Yeah.
think another misconception, it was the whole Korea part. Now I was not so Korea was not a thing back then, you know. I think I wasn't focusing on Korea. I was like, oh, there's Korea and then there's Japan. And I didn't know that no I only knew like about North Korea. So I was like, okay, I knew about the K-pop, but I was like, oh, maybe it's the good side, the bad side. But at the same time I was like, at the same, like, what if, because there's soldiers there, what if there's a war that happens and stuff like that. So I was like always alert about other things rather than the
What?
things that could just happen here, you
Mhm.
know. And my experience was up and down in between. So shocking, yes. And another thing, guys, I've never seen cabbage being so appreciated in a country.
Well, I thought cabbage was appreciated a lot in God in South Africa though.
No, no, Korea is worse. They 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 they, they have they have something called kimchi, guys. Um, they have something called kimchi, and it's like cabbage that's fermented, right? And you know how when old cabbage is, the smell is stinky as hell.
Mhm.
But they have this as a traditional cuisine. It's a delicacy, or not just a delicacy. It's a traditional thing. They eat it every day, almost every day, right? It's good for the digestive system, perfect. But in every single dish, they incorporate this fermented cabbage thing. Every single dish. They even sell. This is when I was like, "Hi, Korea sells everything." You know rice, when you burn the rice, the bottom layer,
Oh, they sell that.
in a plastic. In my language, it's called iskoko, which is the last layer that is burnt at the bottom. They sell that. It's supposed to be a snack.
You
I
know,
was like, huh,
me in my language they call it gratin, and they Haitians actually eat it, but we don't sell it in a plastic.
they sell it. And they grill the tripe. They don't boil the tripe. They
Yeah,
grill it.
I'm surprised they even eat it.
I
But
was surprised they do. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not even because in America tripe is not really commonly eat. In South Africa it is, but and also in Haiti, but in America no. That's the intestines are usually not something that's really a part of American cuisine. Is more of the flesh. Uh, so you'll notice that difference. But let me see. Blue Bonfire says 2 months ago I traveled to California and I stayed at a hostel that was co-ed. My roommates were Korean males and were very friendly, and I thought they were open minded because they were willing to get to know me and my culture. I was impressed. Listen, Blue, I believe you. And there's some Korean people who are great, and that this is not what we're saying is that they're bad or something like that. What I want you guys to understand is that no matter the generalization, good or bad, and I've met a lot of as well. Obviously, we're not talking bad about anybody bad in particular. Is
Mm.
you need to make sure that you don't give nobody a pass as far as because you especially when you're, let's say, traveling or you're living somewhere and blah 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 blah. There's no culture on this earth where every single body within that culture has a halo on their head. Okay, people are people. The same way I have blood going through my veins are the other people. One example I like to always tell you is that let's look at Japan, which has a very low murder rate. They still have prisons for a reason. Okay. So please don't ever be that naive because you will get your stuff busted. Didn't you hear her? They like to, oh, everybody's innocent. They put their phones on the table. They stole her shit. Okay. And yes, Blue, exactly. There's good and bad in every race and culture. Please, you can listen to the generalization as a guide, but with any type of generalization, whether it's people or whatever it is, there's always a variant, a different variant. Okay.
Mm.
All right, Chami, give us our next question.
Okay. What was the first thing that you loved about the South African culture?
Ooh, so one thing I love about South African culture, their singing. Ah, the singing is very, very spiritual. Mostly their culture. I like the colorfulness of the different tribes. You'll notice that they have so much variations. One thing I'll say, especially about her tribe, she's say it with the click friend. Hold on, I can't miss.
Closer, closer.
Yeah, she's a clicking. The clicking. That's very is that their beadwork is immaculate. Okay, you need to get like a necklace or something from these people. Their beadwork is spot on. I can't. I want her to have a traditional wedding, and I will find my way to South Africa because I want to, be in that wedding and see that wedding. Beautiful, and their singing is very soothing. Something very spiritual about it.
I
Um,
wish I could sing, friend. I was holding like I wish I could sing. I'm only creative. That's all I'm good at. Creativity. I can't sing.
I'm sure you're not that bad, but when you hear them in chorus, one thing that you guys do good in chorus, listen to the Soweto Gospel Choir.
Ooh, they
Uh,
are like,
yeah,
ooh,
they've won Grammys, I believe.
yes.
Yeah, more than one. So, their spirituals and the colorfulness and the diversity. South Africa has a lot of diversity of its tribes. And yeah, that's probably definitely one of my faves.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Blue, I see she said, what I learned, this young man was Korean, racist and racist towards other. It's a matter of I would say classism, that whole thing of, because when the Japanese colonized them and did whatever they did, it did kind of like mess up with their psyche, and they started following that whole systematic racist classism thing. The same way we were also colonized, and we still have that perception of, if you're lighter skinned, you're more
Hmm.
better looking. That
Colorism.
until we usually get that black consciousness in our head when we're good, then we will stop thinking like that. I think that is one of the reasons he probably said the racist part, that they are racist towards each other, and he's not lying.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And
Purse.
then she mentioned, oh, Kosa, it's with the X.
Yeah.
She's pronouncing it like the white people do, Kosa. But oh, thank you, Blue. I appreciate it. And Koska Kulu Blue. That means thank you very much, Blue. South Africans are beautiful singers and best dancers in Africa. I think in
Ooh.
Africa we have the best dancers.
Ye- They
And
they're strong.
it
Yeah.
yeah, we the reason we when it comes to dancing, for us, dancing is not a thing you have to go and study in school. It becomes a natural thing because you dance from the day your mom literally is pregnant. They play music, your mom is already dancing. So that rhythm is, it gets to you. You go to traditional ceremonies, you hear the drums whilst you're in your mom's belly, and that rhythm is just in you. So when you're born, there's a traditional ceremony, everyone's dancing with different stuff, and you learn by seeing and practicing. And I see this from other countries as well. I've seen like people from, I think when I was younger, I used to watch a channel called Channel O. I don't know why they even stopped at Channel O and they changed the whole thing, because Channel O used to be more Africanized. It was more. it used to show music from Benin. It used to show music from Congo. We had music. We from every a part, even in Ghana. We used to know different artists back then, and we used to learn. I used to try to learn how to move my waist like a Congolese, and I was like, Congo, oh my God, I need to marry a Congolese guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I learned so much from watching from that channel, and I think from different parts of Africa, we have so much great dancers. I wish one day they could do like one big from different parts of the country. People can come together and just dance and say, this is Africa. And at least this will join us and put us together, and this is us type of thing. I appreciate that we have great dancers. Thank you very much. We are the trending dancers, I should say. Trending dancers. But we always come up with moves. And if you listen to Amapiano and the song is still playing from last year, that song is old. Do not do that to yourself. You need to keep up. Every 3 weeks, there's a new song. A new dance. There's an extra dance move. You know.
Let me say, so I actually, going off of what you said, it's so true about the dancing in South Africa. I used to teach in South Africa. I used to be in the rural areas. These kids, the way that they would form groups, and the way that and I used to have like 4 year olds. I had little kids, and the way that they used to move their little bodies, I was shocked. I was shocked. It starts from early, like, and I remember my whole sister, she used to move the furniture and the way that it looked like something would come over her. Yeah, these people, they don't joke about dancing though in that country, South Africa. And going back to the question that I skipped, but now I'm really remembering. I think you said, what was it that shocked me about South Africa? What was the question?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, it was the biggest misconception. Or you skipped that one.
No, it
The
was
first one
like,
was what
wow,
shocked you.
what was like something that shocked me?
Yeah.
'Cause it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like, oh, seeing, oh, all the black people in positions of power, or all the black people, because I had lived in a black country already. Let me tell you what shocked me in South Africa. Oh. I remember I was like, Jesus Christ, the bums here are so big. I couldn't understand. And no, I have to say it because it was the thing that shocked me. So I remember leaving my office. Because I worked in the village, but I also worked in the city. I went to school in South Africa, and I also worked in the village. And this was when I was working for an NGO in the city. And I remember going. I was in Braamfontein at the time, friend. I went down, and I said no. I was in the middle of the city center, like downtown, whatever they call it. And I said, oh, the CBD. And I was like, let me stand outside my office. I was like, I have to see something because the butts that I've been seeing, I said, every time I was like, oh, oh, oh. And then I stood outside my office and I looked and I watched girls pass by. Each one, the waist like this, the bum like this. I couldn't get it. South Africa, that was the first country I've went to. And I've seen girl after girl after girl. And you know one thing too, South African girls are pretty. They're pretty, and then the people, you would think that it was like a fake or something. No, that's their genetic code, to the point where I couldn't understand it. I couldn't believe it. I stood outside my office, and each girl, she fell into that category. Fell into that. South Africa, and that's time I didn't know. Hmm.
Your friend, what's the crazy part? When I was young, I would say when I was in my high school years, I used to get bullied for my big bum.
Oh, and if
Mm.
go to
They would
her.
say they will say I have a JLo ass. My ass is very big. I got dumped once by a guy because my ass was
Where's you
grown.
getting J Lo? Go give your Instagram handle so they can. This one. Hey. Ah.
I started hiding the other bikini videos. I put them on the side because now I don't want my husband having problems.
Oh, okay. But she's
But
blessed too.
yeah, oh, thank you.
She's blessed. I don't know how people. I guess people thought I was South African because of my complexion. It's very
Yeah,
colored.
You
But
could go. You could fit into South Africa. Yes,
people thought,
like we
right?
have the complexion, the complexion.
But
Yes,
you
until
guys,
and they know that they are the. My family has big breasts and big bums.
but no, but you guys, your own. My bum is not like as big as you people's.
No, that's because we do carry the Sarki Batman. Some of us, the bloodline, with the like from Sarki Batman, the Khoisan people did do have that type of body structure, and since I'm Xhosa, I would say a Tembu from the Tembu clan. The Tembus did mix with the Khoisan people, so I would definitely inherit the bum side.
They're the descendants of Sarah Bartman. Don't forget.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sorry, I had to. That was the biggest thing. I was like, oh my god, it was on my mind. I couldn't believe it. I could have.
yeah. I think for me, I get shocked to. I was shocked with Korea. Now, when I went to Korea, I this was very shocking to me. I went to one of those bath steaming rooms, okay,
Mhm,
and in those steaming rooms, you take a shower and then you go in naked. You cannot go in there with your clothes, right?
mhm,
Now I like to make sure I shave in all the places, especially if I'm gonna meet people in public. I shaved and everything, so I have the body I have. I went in there with being the only reason, and then when I entered, all the eyes are on me, and they start talking and they start staring,
I would have.
and they point, even point. So I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna flaunt it. I walked like I was the goddess of the world. I was like, I don't care. You can point and stare and say all the shit you wanna say and giggle. I do not care. But you guys don't shave your punanis. They don't
Oh,
shave.
what?
Yes, yes. That was a
Cultural
shock
shock.
for my life. They do not shave. They nunus.
Culture shock.
Yeah, that was very surprising. And then I never really asked my friend why the nunus are not shaved, but some Koreans do shave. I think the ones who travel around or who do want to shave, but it's a thing not to shave down there, you know. And it was very strange for me. What was strange is everyone was walking naked and with the you could literally braid. That's how it felt. It was long. I
I
was
think
surprised. I was like,
they were
yo.
at your beautiful African body.
They looked at the fact that I have breasts. They don't. Most of them they usually go to do surgery to get breasts, right?
Mhm.
So this other lady pointed at my breasts, and then the other one pointed at my bum. So they looking. They trying to figure out how is this possible. All of this, you know. And I would get into the pool, and then some of them would get out.
Oh,
And
what?
I was like, shit, the pool is for myself. I'm happy. To me, if a person wants to treat me in some kind of way and they give me space, I'm happy with that. I'm really, really happy.
You let me tell you, you have a very strong personality, friend, because I think some people would definitely have cried. Number one, when you enter the room, the steam house in Korea naked and they start talking, some people would have definitely broken down there. Or like you getting in the pool and they getting out like you're like some type of disease or something like that. I know a lot of people would have felt some way. I definitely feel like I would have felt some way, but I think you handled it well. And you're
Thank
definitely
you. Other people did stay, but obviously, some of the Koreans don't go outside and they have a specific perception. If you're brown, they think your brownness will rub onto the. I don't know. It's just,
I heard that. That is, let me point out to people about that. number one, when people ask me, "Oh, well, why did you go to Ghana or why did you go to South Africa or whatever it was?" is because I know that within even the black countries like Haiti, South Africa, Ghana, there's colorism, like we were talking about earlier. It exists. But I did not want to go to another man's country and experience racism. That was my big thing. That's why I went to
Mm.
the countries that I went to. I have a sister who lives in Paris. I did not go to Paris. I go only there to visit her and my niece. A lot of Haitians are based in Paris, but in France. But I was like, and I understand, especially with the way that Korea and many Asian countries structure their teaching schemes. I would probably go there for solely for a financial reason. Japan gives great pay and housing to their teachers. Korea does as well, and things like that. They have very stream programs that you typically can't find in the Caribbean or Africa. But I knew that I did not want to deal with that. So hence why I avoided these places. And some people don't realize, like they'll be like they think that Africa is the only place that I've been, and that's not true at all. I've backpacked across Europe. I just refuse to I stay there, or even Asia. I refuse to stay there because I just long term I can't really deal with these types of things. If I'm making sense, so Ghana feels good to me. Let's just let's just say
I
that.
love Ghana for you. You
Thank
seem more at peace with. I just want to say, Ghana people, Ghanaians are very, very nice people. I haven't come across Ghanaians who are rude or anything towards me. If I just mention I'm South African, and then someone would treat me in some way, but I've experienced that from other people here who are Africans in Germany. That's the experience here in Germany. Germany is the shocking part is when I was speaking to an African and they responded in German. I spoke in English, they responded in German. And I
Maybe
said,
they
"Oh,
live young. What if they
I
live?
don't understand, hello, what's going on?" I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to speak German and stuff. And then they started. Then I could see they didn't really want to speak English, but they spoke English. Not friendly. The Africans in Germany, I want to tell anyone who wants to come to Germany, you need to have thick skin, like double than Korea, because here it feels like I would say they are black Germans. It's a total, that was shocking for me. And also the part where they said, I went to an event and they had something called black music. They literally wrote on the fucking poster black music. And the DJ was white, and the organizer was white, and the club owner was white, and they had black music. And then we little raisins who came there, when we were dancing, they were staring at us.
Okay, well, okay. Okay, like let me do some devil advocate. Okay, like there's some Africans who like maybe they're from Namibia. There's a lot of Ghanaians in Germany. There's a lot of different types of African people who are in Germany, and maybe they're born from African parents, but not directly from whatever specific African country themselves. So maybe that's why the natural intuition to go into to German. But also another thing too is that Germany in general, I've heard, is a very cold country. Okay. That is the nature of things in there. That's why I don't have no interest in visiting, if I'm being honest. So maybe that, but them writing black music, maybe it didn't translate well. But then again, Germany, let's be honest about Germany. They don't have the best history when it comes to race. Dude,
Let's not talk about it, because I found out a whole lot of stuff that I didn't know about. In South Africa, I'll tell you what we learned in high school and primary. We learn about the stupid colonizer who exploited our country, and they call him an explorer, Jan van Riebeck. And then we learn about Christopher Columbus, who explorer. And then obviously we learn about America, Asia. No, Asia. Do we learn about Asia? No, not that much about Asia. We learn about Europe mostly and America. In Africa, what do we learn about Africa? That's a very hard one. We learn a little bit about our stuff, but we don't learn about other countries in our continent. We never really learn about that because they don't want us to appreciate our own people.
Mhm.
Honestly, I'm just telling you. And the educational system is owned by people who are translucent.
So let's talk about that. One of the reasons why is because, and then I'm going to go back into reading the comments, is that even, and the same thing happens in the Caribbean. So I want to be very clear about that. Like when we look at who has made the, and I learned this in graduate school, was that when we look at who makes the education system for places like Haiti or Benin or Congo, is that they have the same infrastructure that France left them. So their former, whatever former colonizer they had, whether it's a Lusophone country like Angola or Mozambique, usually they get the education system passed down from Portugal. Or if they're South Africa or Jamaica, they get the British education system passed down to them. So the same people who colonize them and things like that are the ones who create their system. So you can't honestly expect for these people to now go and give their colonies or whatever uh, education that's going to unify them and expose them to what was really done to them. You understand? So we still in 2025 need to really look at a restructuring of how these educational systems are. Okay. Um, let's see. All right. So hey, Mr. Welcome. Blue butterflies. Yeah, Sarah Bartman, very sad. Hairless. Oh my god, you guys are this. Negrito. Oh yeah, I've heard about the black Filipinos as well as the black ones in India as well. And a lot of times they're often marginalized within their respective countries. Um, yeah, let me tell you something. In general, black, whether it's black Caribbean, black African, black in America, whatever, we've been systemically kept apart. And one of those things is through education. One of the ways that I help to do that, to kind of transform that, is reading on my own accord. But you got to understand, not a lot of people are going to go and do that. Whatever they've been given is what they're going to take. Okay. And Anthony Clementson, sorry, have you learned anything about the Caribbean? Because a lot of South Africans believe Jamaica is in Africa. Okay, that's contributing. Go ahead, take it away. Take it away, friend. Take it away.
I don't. Maybe whoever explains said Jamaica is in Africa. To them, I don't think they view it literally as in Africa. I think it's a matter of you, my people. We are one. You are from our continent. You are part of Africa. Maybe they might have used the wrong words. Many South Africans believe Jamaica is in Africa. I have many friends who are South Africans and they know where Jamaica is. We know Jamaica is not, but the ones you've met, I don't know why they think that, but maybe they believe that Jamaica is part of being African or that Afrocentric, Afro lineage part, that you are part of us, that you are us, because we really love Jamaica. We love Jamaicans. We love Jamaican music. We respect. We even have a very like a big legend called Lucky Dube, who used to do a reggae, and sadly got killed in our country. But Jamaica, I don't know, but I didn't know that South Africans think that Jamaica is in Africa. That is new to me. I really didn't know that.
I'm gonna say a very honest experience I had. Okay, and I don't know if it was because of the region where I worked. It was very rural. The region I worked is quite poor. It's not like being in Johannesburg or Pretoria, which is really, really developed. I was working in an area called Mpumalanga, and I specifically was sent there because they had they have a lower poverty level in that area. And I remember going to teach in a school there, and somebody asked me, "Oh, but what are you really? Yeah, what are you?" I said, "I'm Haitian. I'm a Haitian via America." And he goes, "Oh, Haiti, that's somewhere by Benin." And now, let me tell you two things, two caveats. Again, maybe like I said, the area I was in, it's not like Johannesburg where you have like a lot of highly educated people. But another thing too is that when a lot of the times, like I've spoken to Zimbabweans or South Africans or whatever, is that when they see Haiti, they look at it and they're like, "Oh, this looks exactly like an African country." So sometimes maybe that could be it too. I'm not really certain, but there's a lot of factors that go into it. But what I will agree on, and I saw what you said about Anthony about the Caribbean having better education, and they might have, but there's definitely still remnants where, like, I was talking to my Jamaican friend, he's talking about the Queen and all that other stuff like that. There's definitely remnants of it that are still strongly linked to the Commonwealth and other things like that. I want to be very blatant when I say this, and I don't care if it's a Caribbean person, I don't care if it's somebody in continental Africa, I don't care if it's a black person in America. We do not know about each other. Okay, that was something I actually really wanted to talk about on TikTok. We don't. We don't. I don't care how you cut it up, you slice it up. I'm telling you, as somebody who has lived in the Caribbean, who has lived in America, who has lived in West Africa, and who has lived in Southern Africa, we do not know about each other. If you compare the US, where most of its diaspora is coming from Europe, if you look at an Italian, a British person, and an American person, they're doing like brother and sister. Oh. They know each other. They know each other's stories. They're familiar. They're visa free. They travel amongst each other frequently. Okay, the biggest, a lot of people don't know, one of the biggest financial blocks is actually the European Union, even bigger than the US. Its biggest trading partner is the US. Does Africa do really trade with the Caribbean and vice versa? No. Do we travel amongst each other like that? No. There's obviously visa restrictions, flight restrictions, and things like that. And again, our colonial past and things like that as well. But you gotta understand, whether you accept it or not, it's systemic. We do not know enough about each other. Simple. Okay? Simple, simple, simple. Some of the
Mm.
steps that I've heard others one say about the other, hey, uh, it pains me. Okay? Nobody is innocent in this one. Okay? Everybody's hands is inside this one. It's not okay. Well, they're making me look ignorant. Maybe one might be a little bit better off than the other. But the reality is, we've all failed inside this.
Mm.
Okay? All right. Go ahead, friend.
No, I totally agree with what you're saying. I feel like it's up to us. I mean, every single time when I hear an American saying, "Oh, I don't know, I didn't know, I didn't know any better," you had internet before us Africans, for one. So you have it at the palm of your hand, and you couldn't use it for anything that is beneficial to learn and read and do and listen. If you can't read, you can watch stuff. You can do so many things. There's so much information, and every single day we learn. And through traveling we learn, through spaces like these, lives like these, we learn about things and people. Like now, even Blue Butterfly mentioned that a lot of Jamaicans call Queen Elizabeth mother. That is the
But my
same.
friend did the same thing. Yeah.
That is the same witch. I'm gonna say witch because I don't
You're
believe
welcome.
any person who comes from British royal is a royal. Those are thieves. For they literally painted Nelson Mandela as a terrorist. Though that is the same woman who called him a terrorist. And I don't feel sorry for any of them dying from all these different illnesses. I'm afraid. Feel sorry. They can die. They must die quick like flies. All of them. They must get all those
So,
diseases.
British people also, UK, US, all of these people, they have also obviously had a hand in the overtaking of people like Kwame Nkrumah. France has had an issue with dethroning Haiti's first leaders as well, and then we see them trying to do the same with Ibrahim Traore and all those different things like that. Our issues are so collective. And another thing too, and I hate it. I think Blue Butterflies talk about stop being ignorant, stuff like that. And I hate it. It's like, I don't know if you can hear the passion in my voice. I hate it. It's just the finger pointing. Okay, I hate it because we all have the problems, just at different levels, and that's what I've noticed.
Yes.
Colorism. I'm gonna talk about this right now. I posted a video about this and I said it, in Ghana you don't have a racial thing, but sometimes you might have colorism. Some people were like, oh, there's no colorism in Ghana. And not only Ghana, not only Caribbean, not other African, every single place. You see, I'm not one of those light skinned girls where I'll say, oh, there's no good, because I can tell you whether I would like the benefit or not. I've gotten privilege from colorism. Okay, so colorism exists. It exists in all our societies, in America, in Montreal, in Africa, in the Caribbean. Stop with the bullshit. In all of these societies, there's bleaching. In all of these societies, we're putting down darker people, and in all those societies too. And then I'll hear one person, oh, from Mali. Oh, we don't do this in Mali. Oh, they do this in Jamaica. Then I hear one person from Jamaica. Oh, we don't do this in Jamaica. They do it in Rwanda. Oh, stop it. That's why we don't never progress. These are
Mm.
all universal issues. We don't know how to treat each other. We don't know how to interact. We all act like, oh, I'm better. We all want to be better than each other. Majority of almost all black nations are developing countries. Okay, even South Africa, with all this development there, with the richest strip of land, it is still a developing country.
Mm.
I don't get it. Instead of doing the hard work and starting to really visit each other, start to understand each other, start to collaborate, use each other's strengths. Because South Africa has a strength. Believe it or not, Haiti has the strength. Congo has the strengths. All of them have their strengths. Instead of like trying to see what we can use amongst each other to collectively move ourselves forward, like the European Union has, and what it does with its diaspora in America, in Australia, we sit there and we pick and we bicker about the most stupidest things.
And it's really stupid. It really is. Like I used to. This is what I asked my geography teacher while when I was in high school. Why are we getting our? We have all the resources. Why are people taking our resources and making like diamond earrings across the continents and bringing them to us so we can buy it at the double the price?
Man,
Why can't we have factories in our own? He couldn't give me a proper answer for that, because I was asking the credible question: why can we not make our own cars? There are certain car parts that are made in South Africa, but the assembling and everything is made here in Germany. We have it's insane, you know. And why can't they write on gold? Why can't they say made in Africa? Why can't they do that? Because it comes from us. Was they can't they will never admit, even with leather. I didn't know about this about leather. Leather comes from Nigeria. The
yeah,
Italian leather, it comes from Nigeria.
yeah.
I
It's
didn't know this.
it's crazy what has happened to us. It really is. It's crazy and it's sad. Like I said, my experience is going around from black nation to black nation. I've seen it, and it like it's one thing that we definitely have to break. And then like when you're going to Korea and you're experiencing racism and stuff like that, it's just like it even hurts even more. I think when you go to European countries or America or whatever Asian countries and you're experiencing these types of things. Um, but we just have I would say a lot of work to do. I think we have a lot of work to do as far as that.
It
But
is. It
no,
is. Oh Lord. Oh, okay. I have a question.
sure, go ahead.
Maybe I should ask the people if
Okay.
anyone has been to any of the countries we mentioned. Like, what's one thing foreigners always get wrong about that country that they've been to?
Oh, what is something?
We can have like, what did you get wrong? Maybe about Ghana or South Africa.
What did I get wrong? Okay, we'll come back. You can start as far as that. Because I like to give like for real answers. Like, what did I get wrong about Ghana and South Africa? Like, maybe one thing again I was saying before you got on the line was that, you know, with the black nations I've been to, it's like, time is a serious thing. It takes so much time. to do stuff. But South Africa, I mean not South Africa, Ghana, they got the award for the most chillest people on the planet Earth.
Oh yeah, my husband loves people from Ghana. He's got a lot of Ghanaian friends, a lot of them. Yes, he got invited already.
Now, let me say something. The Ghanaians, they like to host, they friendly. Oh, Ghanaians are friendly. What's so funny was that when I went to Ivory Coast, which they're actually technically the same people. They're Akan people that they've been separated. One side French, one side Anglophone. And the Ivorians, they've kind of adopted the French habit where they're kind of cold to people. But Ghanaians, friendliest people on the planet Earth, but chillest people on the planet Earth. Like they got a PhD. If you don't know how to chill, a Ghanaian will take you to school and make you learn. Okay, but I didn't know. I know the good part about it, but I didn't know sometimes like me that I'm doing business in Ghana, how much it could be like strung out, like to the point where it could actually like you're trying to make movement in your business and the chillness is too much. Oh. But comparing them to their Akan people, who brothers and sisters in Cote d'Ivoire, the Cote d'Ivoire, they I remember them. They have more of the French habit, like I said, where they're very cold at first, but when they mess with you, they mess with you heavy. But you have to take time to see them. Ghanaians, first day they see you, they're inquisitive. They want to kind of play with you.
Yeah. Talking about playing, I want to know why the men are smooth talkers. They Woo.
Right? They're smooth talkers. They're
my my friend,
smooth.
yo, he has got dribbled by the same guy so many times, but she's still with him. The guy is smooth, and he
I mean,
spends, hey,
yeah,
he
I'm like,
spends on all the different women he has, all of
as
them.
far as that one, let me tell you something. Those ones, they can talk.
They remind me of our people, our men. Who our men with all the booty we have, all the stuff, they still want more than one. Eh? They will want you know when you're dating a South African man, you might not be the only one. There might be in you are in a competition with two other women out there.
Control, please don't say despair. Let me tell you something. I don't know who's more polygamous, my Ghana man or my South African man or my Haiti man or my Jamaican. Which one? I don't know which one. I have my brothers. There's something else. I can't even. Okay, let me read from the comments. So, until there are direct flights between Caribbean and Africa, the ignorance will remain. But our bright side is we are seeing governments on both sides making strides to bridge the gap. Absolutely true. I have seen a lot of changes. People are starting to open up as far as visas. I heard that what was in the works was a flight from Nigeria directly to Ghana, but it keeps going and coming. I haven't heard it come to fruition. Let's see.
There's a that we South Africans can get a visa. I think we have a free visa to go to Barbados, and I think Jamaica as well as one of them.
I
Not
wouldn't
sure.
be surprised. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
right. But you guys have a very the African continent, South Africa has one of the stronger has a very strong passport actually.
Yeah, it's the white people.
Yeah, your people.
The
So
only reason they did it for them, it's not like they did it for us.
uh,
Because
um,
they one of their own people in here. So-
South Africans, let me tell you one of the things though. They don't really like to go outside as much, I would say. And everything is in their country. They have every type of climate. They have snow on the Drakensberg, they have mountains, they have ocean, they have everything. So they're like the United States in a way in their own country. They have everything within their country. So yeah, that's a very interesting concept over there. And Nana, hey Nana, welcome. And then let's see. Anthony said, "What I get wrong is that I thought Ghanaians wouldn't know Caribbean music. What? There's this one big song right now, and her name is Molly. It's called "Shake It to the Max." Dun,
oh,
dun.
that one! I get on top of the table for my husband for that one.
She, it- she's from Ghana, but the song was produced by a Jamaican, and the remix is heavily, with Shensia, a lot of heavy Jamaicans on there. So that's a big Pan African collab there. They
That
know
is
they
nice.
love Bob Marley. Love Bob Marley. So yeah, that they know Caribbean music
There's
like
there's no country out there that does not know Jamaican music. Even here in Germany, I would say Jamaican music is known, and even you'll see the Germans having braided hair, trying to get black men in the club just so that they can be grinded on.
what?
Never
Oh,
mind.
I haven't been to Germany. Obviously, you're our inside on Germany, but what? What's going on in Germany?
I think I because I stay in a place that is near the rural areas. I just want to put it out there that Bavaria on the outskirts are near the military base. So the people here, they kind of thinking that's why they'll be putting black music, and when there's Jamaican music, they try to look the part. So they'll be putting braids, trying to get fake locks, um,
I don't
dancing,
know.
trying to look the part. Yeah. So when it comes to Jamaican music, all African countries know Jamaican music. I would say even Morocco knows Jamaican music.
I think it's the
We
whole
know
world.
Jamaican.
It's the whole world. So, and somebody was asking me what was the name of the girl. Her name is Molly. 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 And actually, what my Nana is saying is that Bob Marley's wife, Rita Marley, she lives close to where I'm building the house in Abri. Yeah,
Girl,
everybody
I'm coming
knows.
to visit just to get
Yeah,
an autograph.
you know, but yeah, if she want to stay with me for a few months, I'm okay. Just for her to like live Ghana, I think I'm okay with that. So I'm waiting for you. Your bedroom is made before, so that's my sister. Y'all don't get it, but yeah, okay. So Sad said that's why she want to stay single. Okay. Dada said the light skin thing. Okay, that's colorism a little bit, but yes. Okay, so Blue Butterfly says I have a question about Nigerians. I don't know if we could answer it because she's South African. I'm a Haitian American. Hopefully, we could answer from what we know. Ghana passport visits most Caribbean countries, and they can come to Ghana too. This is true. Like Jamaica is visa free to Ghana. It is visa free to Ghana. Um, hey Kojo. And then yeah, Molly. Okay, Bavarian. That's your question. Bavarian speaks slightly different German, not very clear German. Oh, okay, so that's your case right there.
Row, 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 row. Oh, they like that. They like different dialects. That's something I didn't know. I thought German is just one German, but apparently there are different dialects in each region.
I had no idea.
And there's also that thing of judging where you come from, because certain Germans are located in a specific place and that type of thing. So I didn't know about that. Sorry, let me just get back. What was the question now? I need to see the question. Ah, oh
Oh, and
God.
Abri is very green and pretty. I have some videos on it, so go ahead and check those out.
Oh, Bavarian speaks slightly different German. Oh, yeah. The German dialects are different in each city. So I just want to put it out there. So it's not like you get there and you like the pronunciations are different. Even when I speak Xhosa, a Xhosa from if you're a Xhosa from Cape Town and you meet another Xhosa from maybe Mdantsane or all this Lusikisiki is completely like a different dialect, because there are words saying where you're like, yo, what is that word? Even with the same way English, like French speakers, you Haitian, your dialect would be different to anyone who's from the Congo. The type of the dialect in French will be kind of different. You will still hear some stuff, but obviously there's a little twang in it with a little bit of like, yeah, that's what I feel, because my uncle was a diplomat for South Africa. He passed away last year. Is it this year? Oh my God, I don't want to even think about when he passed away. So at least you know him.
Yes, I bet you have
So
been to Africa.
so because I deal with grief differently, I actually don't want to think about it. I don't
Don't think
want to
about it.
think.
Don't think about it. Skip it, friend. Skip it.
So he used to speak, I think, like eight or nine languages, but French was one of the languages he also spoke. So he was conversing with this other guy from Congo, I think, this one time when we were back, when I was back home. And then I was like, wow, Malume, yo, you're so intelligent. You know, you need to write a book. It's like, yeah, I'm China. I'm gonna write a book one day. And I'm like, yo, um, how do you know, like, to speak the different a specific way, or to speak French? Do you speaking French now? He's like, yeah, but the French is different. The way he speaks is different compared to that um French from Paris. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. So I learned the different dialects from each places, and I thought maybe it's a thing in my country, but it turns out it's in different places as well.
Yeah, learning different dialects, and we have some specialists in the comments like Nada, who's lived in Germany and talks about the unification of various kingdoms of the Rhineland, which is true. I've briefly learned that in history as well. Swiss German is different. Everybody has their different dialects as well. Obakoko, Nana, Nana, Obakoko. That's an expression in Ghana for light skinned woman. That was one of the first things that I learned because people kept calling me that. So yeah, I know exactly what Obakoko means. So yeah.
So so what is a person who is brown? They don't have a name.
Now you'll tell us, but Oba is woman. And the cocoa is like a reddish light color. So yeah.
Oh, interesting. Wow. We just know yellow bone,
Yellow, but
yellow bone and red bone.
every culture, even in my culture, they have an expression for light skin, which means glimel. So and it's so crazy because when I'm in these, except for in South Africa, I guess because there's so many light skinned women in South Africa, Haiti, they've called me by that name. Ghana, they call me Obakoko. So yeah, like it's very interesting to say.
Yeah. Um.
Let's see. There was another comment in here that I was trying to get. Thank you, Sam, for checking out the video.
Kit
Uh,
Kat Club. Kit
do
Kat
you know?
nightclub in Berlin. No, I haven't been to the Kit Kat nightclub yet. Now that you're mentioning it, I'm gonna give it a try. So I haven't tried the Kit Kat Club. Where did I go when I was in Berlin? Oh, I think I never really went. Babe, have you been to the Kit Kat Club in Berlin? Nope. You will remember.
Oh, oh, now that's on your to-do list. Thank you, Nelly, calling us black queens. And yes, yellow bone is
Oh,
oba.
thank you.
Yeah, yellow bone is oba coco. Okay. Let's see. If it's like if you go to the United Kingdom, they got the Scottish, Irish, Welsh, English. That's another thing. So we're talking about different going to different culture countries, and I think you are saying it and I'm saying it too, is that like just like in Germany or South Africa or in Ghana, is that there's so many different dialects and varieties even within something that you think is like universal within that country. um so yeah.
What
Who's
do you? Oh,
Coco?
sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead, Fred. Go ahead, Fred.
So I wanted to know, what do you think with the similarities? Do you see any similarities in terms of culture and tradition throughout all these countries that you've
Oh,
traveled to or
uh,
stayed in?
yes. No, no, no. I know it's not a first. That I know Oba Coco is not derogatory. I just like to tease them as well. No,
Are you girls party girls?
yeah, I don't know who's who's saying that. No, I'm not guy by birth, by the way. Hey, I mean, you could say I'm by naturalization. So yeah, and my hubby is Ghanaian too. He's a Ghanaian. Let's see. What were you saying, friend?
He
I just
asked if Nana asked if we party girls.
Oh no, I'm not a party girl at all. I like to be home.
Nana, we are ladies. We are women. We are
Ah,
not girls.
ah,
For one, that one.
yeah.
Yes, I love to party with my husband, but currently we're not clubbing because the places that we club at, they do a lot of cultural appropriation, and I'm not gonna put my money in a place where it's not in, uplifting my people. I'm gonna go to an African festival. I will do a vlog about it in June. I'll be going to an Africa festival. So I would rather go there because I know there are stores. People are selling their traditional food. I'll be tasting food from different countries, you know, and I would feel at home. I think it was last year. Yeah, last year I went to the Africa festival. I had my ankle was sprained a little bit before that, but I went to the festival and my ankle felt way better. It healed me spiritually. So I'd rather go to a place spiritually that's gonna make me feel good. But I do like to club. I love music. We do events also here in Bavaria, but because we didn't find a venue yet that is good for us, and no one trying to exploit us yet, we are still trying to find a venue to do our next event. So we do events too, but we bring like people from the UK, like we
So
know, yeah.
you'll follow her for all the events in the proper black events in Germany, okay? And hit her up for the parties, okay? And Anthony, I don't even want to imagine what you did in that bed in Kit Kat Club, okay? Because it sounds like a lot. All right, Ellie. People say I look Ghanaian. I don't know. I'm a Haitian American. I don't know. And Blue, yes, I love her too. Her mindset. This is why me and her are like this. This is why we're like besties. I love this girl. Okay, I'm planning to keep her in when this house is done in a Brie. So somebody said, "Do you live in a Brie?" Yes, I'm building a house in a Brie, and I'm chronicling the journey on my YouTube. So hopefully you'll see an update about it soon. And so you're planning to move to Ghana and stay in the breed. We'll be neighbors, and she will be there because she's going to come and stay with me. So, and thank you, Nelly. Yes, go Haiti. Today's Haitian Flag Day, by the way. She said, and Nana said, "Do you know the gap in your front tooth is a beauty mark that really attracts Ghanaian men, and being Oba Koko with that as well." Okay, we shall disturb you. Everybody, and I know my man is on here. I know I'm like good as married. Like, look, and so crazy. I hate this gap. In Haiti, it means the same thing too. I hate this gap.
You're beautiful, friend. You are beautiful.
Just like you, my pumpkin. I love you. So yeah, what you said. I'm curious. Is there a large South African diaspora out there in Germany? Tell him,
Yes.
friend.
Yes, there is a large diaspora here. There are plenty of South Africans. What I've noticed that I joined various groups that have South Africans. Mainly the people who are there are white, Afrikaners, and
Mm.
sometimes they'll be putting out funny things. So yes, I do come across that in the group. However, I went to Cologne in one of my vlogs. I went to Cologne and I went to like an event where there were like three South African DJs from our country, like big deep house DJs, Afrotech and stuff. And there were so many South Africans there. I felt at home. I was like, yo, I'm so tired of speaking English. I'm tired. I told my husband, just give me space. I'm gonna go to the South Africans over there, and they were having like a real time, like a really good time. And I had my flag. Trust me, my flag was all over that night. It even landed there by the DJs. They were literally like holding my flag, and I asked if I could get a signature. So now that's gonna be my thing. Every time I see a big artist, they're gonna sign my flag. So yeah, there is a diaspora here. There's a variety of South Africans. Um, Yeah, there is a lot, but most of them are the ones who ran away from South Africa. the refugees, the refugees make the
That's
most total of them. Yeah.
the refugees. Okay, so let's see. Okay, all right. There's a lot of activity going on for me right here. I bet you they be chasing you. Yes, my Ghana brothers, you have chased me down, but I'm currently one of you guys' brother's wife. So no, I'm
15
not.
cows. 15 cows. Do not play around. Walking.
So they call it Lobola in South Africa, but 50
Yeah.
bride price too. He's coming with it. He already talking to my. He's coming with it. So you
You see, that's a man. That's the man.
let me tell you something. I love my Ghana man bad, like bad. Like I can like sit on the and like shout to this man is like angel in human form. I don't want.
Yeah, Lobola. Doesn't matter
I
where you
don't want
come from.
yeah. Lobola.
I like
What
him.
is he? Bride praise. Bride price. So I'm sure he talks and walks at the same level. So let's say that. But thank you guys for complimenting my gap teeth. But I am going to fill it in as soon as I get a chance. I tried to. I had Invisalign, but it's spread. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and go back into it again. So yeah, I thank you so much. It was huge. It's much better now. So and yeah, there's a huge Ghanaian diaspora in that Germany. So look at Blue. Blue said no. Oh my god, they even noticed my neck stripes. Oh my god. They're killing me on the live today.
Yeah.
ah, beauty from beauty standards of Africa. We, my friend and I, we both carried them.
Oh, thank you. I'm married. You still single?
on a on a very big technical. Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at everybody told me not to feel my gap. The plan. It's just the money needs to come through. But this housing situation and all this other stuff is killing me. But look, everybody's disappointed in me. Thank you guys. Thank you. And I
Even the thing is, even if you feel it, it's still there. It will. Even if it will be lying underneath, it will still be there. So you will cover it, but they will know it
I
was there.
I wanted veneers even, but I said I don't want to be putting fake teeth and stuff like that. So let me just fix But thank you, my African beauty standards. I'm hot stuff in my favorite continent. So
You
thank you.
wanna you wanna do like I did it. I did my teeth in Korea. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. I paid a lot of money for my teeth. They a lot.
I'm about to
Yeah,
do this.
yeah.
Okay,
But
babe.
as long as it makes you happy, that's all that matters.
That somebody said I have my kids will have it. I don't know. My Ghana man, he don't have it. So we'll see. He has perfect teeth. I don't know, but okay, Frank, go to the next question because otherwise they're gonna tease me.
Okay, so I see here cologne in English is Cologne in German. Yes, correct. That is in Cologne in German. Cologne. Every single time I think on cologne, I'm thinking about the spray, guys. Every single time,
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh, cologne. Who names
alone.
a city after a perfume? That's the first thing I thought. Okay, so uh-huh. Jollof rice or pap with meat?
Jollof rice or pop with meat. Whew. Okay, first, let me explain to people first, okay? So pop is like it's maize, it's like dried grounded maize. Like if you've seen what do they call it? Fufu. It's like it's like a fufu, but it's from corn, okay? Like it's starchy and you pull it and you dip it into sauce, okay? Now, okay, have a great day, San. Thank you. Thank you. Now pop, I like pop and I like first of all, if you're going to South Africa, eat South African beef. These people, they're cattle people. They know. So if what was the option again? Pop in what?
Meat and
Okay, so
chakalaka. You can put chakalaka.
chakalaka, that's like cabbage. That's like cabbage and carrot and
Yeah, it
beans.
was. It's carrot with beans.
Beans. It's really good. I love that dish. Or that versus jollof. Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay. I like them both differently though. I don't think I can pick one. I like they both do something to my body. Yes, Pop is like I play. Sorry.
I like
Yes.
grits.
Yeah,
Mm.
like grits, but it's like in a ball. So please, if you go to South Africa, please have pop and meat. Their beef is excellent. Okay, they export it even to Ghana. It's called Butcher Boys.
Oh,
I
really?
called Butcher Boys. They have South African beef in Ghana at a store called Butcher Boys. Yes, that's around airport. But I can't choose. I think both of them do something different for me. But please make sure you try kakalaka. Banku is really good too, and stuff like that. So that was a good question. I see some people saying Jollof, but let me tell you, both of them hit the spot. I don't care what anybody say. Please try South African food. Please, 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 please. So
Okay.
somebody
I,
said,
I
"Are you?"
like them both. I like them both. I think
I like them both.
um
Somebody said.
I to me I don't care where the jollof comes from. I'm not gonna discriminate on the jollof who makes I will never know who makes the both best jollof. I've heard Senegalese make better jollof than other people.
They're the original. I
The
want to.
originals of jollof
Yeah.
rice. So
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of eating peanut soup from a Senegalese man who's
Try
married.
Ghana nut soup. It's very good.
It was amazing. I was like, yo, it was soothing. After that, I felt some kind of way, Started talking to my husband differently. I'm like, hey, babe, let's go.
I'm gonna when I go to Ghana, I'm gonna make sure I treat you to the peanut soup in Ghana. You're gonna
Oh,
love it.
yes, I would love that. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna love it. Okay, somebody said, Haitians are naturally Voltarian and are part of the Dahomey Kingdom, which was the German territories and became Togo and Benin land. Somebody knows their history in here. I just want to say I'm impressed. Okay, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
learning.
Yeah, so Haiti, the Haitian language Creole, which is majority French, it is actually highly influenced by Ewe. And Ewe people, they come from that homey kingdom that even extends into Ghana's Volta region. So Nana knows what he's talking about. Okay. Oh, somebody said one of the best foods I had was South African carrot soup. Take it away, friend. I never had South African carrot soup.
I am trying to figure out what is the South African carrot soup.
I
Hey,
haven't had.
I'm not South African.
I
I don't know it.
I don't know.
I know chakalaka comes with carrots,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we
yeah.
sometimes have a stew which we cook under fire like the porticos. We make a stew with meat and put everything there in this three-legged pot. It's like cast iron, and we cook a meal there. But I don't know about the carrot
Yeah,
soup.
I don't know about that either. Oh,
Yeah,
see, somebody
maybe
said,
you can elaborate more on it. How did it look or something? Then yeah, that will help.
yeah, I never, because that's why I told you to take it away. Definitely, because I've eaten a lot of different South African food. I've never heard of that one.
Mhm.
But something good, peanut soup and rice balls, which is called omotuo. You're gonna like that one. You're gonna like that one, friend. And banku and tilapia, that is one of my top threes. I don't even
Okay,
know how America though.
I'm gonna try it also when I go to the Africa Festival. I'm
Okay.
gonna hopefully I'll see a store that has Ghanaian food. I'll be very happy to try.
Okay,
Yeah,
so he said he had it at the Animal Kingdom Lodge in the U.S. It's probably their take on friend, I've never heard of a carrot soup, but
yeah. They should mention that maybe a name for it. Then I would know what.
then you'll know. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um. Okay.
Oh, look at
Tilapia.
that.
I have tasted, I think I have tasted banku and tilapia. I have been acquainted to a Ghanaian before,
Mhm.
a long time ago, and he did make, and he never wanted me to cook. No wonder I'm not married to him. So I got, like, I would say, he made the tilapia, and he used a blender for all the other stuff to make a certain soup and stuff, and it tasted really really well. I think Ghanaian men are really good cooks, very very good cooks. I did not expect that he will cook all the way. I thought he was gonna say, "Hey, can you cook this for me?" He's like, "Nope, I want to cook everything myself. You just sit and relax." And it felt so awkward for me because I'm used to be like, I need to be there, and he was like, "I'm gonna cook everything." He used to cook every single time and invite
Yeah,
his friends. And eggs are like, oh, when you play the angelic song for eggs, when it comes to Ghanaians, eggs are like the thing.
but let me say something. Let me say something. Okay, it's true they have a thing with eggs. But as somebody who's been staying with them, I've also joined them. Sometimes what I do is I always order for extra egg in my, they call it wache, which is like this rice dish. And I also add, in any dish, I like to order extra egg because it makes the dish nicer. Yeah. I
That's
think
why they got smart children. They eat so much eggs. I told
eggs.
my husband I'm gonna eat a lot of eggs just so that my kids are smart. Literally.
Okay. Anthony said something about bride price in Kumasi. Kumasi is my favorite place, number one. Okay. And yeah, you better pay that bride price. He says, where did it go? My girl is from Kumasi. She was telling me about bride price. I told her she is in America now. It still shouldn't stand. She don't want to hear that. No, you got, even if you're in America, you still gotta drop the bride price, or as we say in South Africa, lobola. You have to drop the lobola for that girl.
I remember. I remember hearing actually a black guy saying, a South African black guy saying, I don't have money, but I still want to get married, so I'm gonna pick a white woman.
Oh.
Then it's so that he doesn't pay the lobola. That's the reason. He said his biggest reason he doesn't want to pay for lobola. I said, you're cheap, most. He
Is
does.
that the sole reason?
I think that's my thing, friend. Everything has become so westernized, and what I'm a semi-traditional person. I
I
still believe in my ancestors. I still believe in traditional principles. For me, lobola, how I was told what lobola is, it's supposed to be a bridge between two families. And when that family has a discussion, even before they have that talk, it's not just a talk like once off. It becomes like so and so will talk to someone will talk to somebody else, that person will liaise with everybody else, they will call a meeting, and then after that they will say, this is the date in which we invite you to come. And then from then on, it proceeds to you, to the not even your future husband gonna be there, your elders are gonna be there, they are gonna be your representative, because now they need to see the people who are the men in the household, the head of the households, they are meeting. Women are not included in this, specifically because a person who is a woman brings feelings according to the men. But I do agree with that. Sometimes we are going to be like, oh, but why? My son also. You are discussing, this is it, this is what we are expecting, and nothing else. So from my in-laws side, it was very surprising for his mother, like why women are not included in this. And I just said, that is the culture, that is the tradition, and this is how we keep it. And that
Make
is
sure
how it's.
her husband's African American. That's why the family couldn't understand this. They are not any from any African country.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's why. And then I said, I think my mom did explain to her that she also does not. She's also not in the meeting. This is only men who are in it. Our role as women in this is very powerful. I have power to actually influence my family to not be bringing exuberant amount of cows or equivalent in terms of money or whatever. I have the power to influence, to say, hey, this man has been like this, he's doing this, is this and this. If I have a good family, that family is not gonna be calling 1 million for for me and
Well,
saying,
they'll
oh,
be fair. They'll be
yeah,
fair.
they're gonna be like, they still need to grow. They don't have children. They're gonna, in order to, you need to grow your family. You can't be putting end lobola. Bridal price never ends according to my culture. You can put in a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. You don't have to put in one single price with a briefcase. And during that whole thing, the meeting, even before that, my grandfather, he would go to the cattle kraal. I don't know if other people have cattle kraals where you keep your livestock and your goats, and where you
Not
do
from
your,
America. No.
okay. So from my side, my mother's family, where I have been brought up with my grandfather and my uncles, he will go and speak to the ancestors and say, so, and my granddaughter so and so is getting married. We are going to have a meeting with the so and so's, and on this date, we want this to proceed in a specific way, in an appropriate manner. May you give us guidance in everything, and make sure she also can see beyond whatever, because you don't know who you are marrying. You do not know that person might be even married. There is a lot of things that happen, and sometimes spiritually you need to be protected. All right. So during this whole period, they will have the meeting, and um, after the meeting, there's an agreement. Okay, cool. The money is wide, because I did an online one. My husband was not there. Now he has to physically go to South Africa. So half is done online, half he has to go there. Then they let
This
him
one is
know.
harder though. Half is done online.
Yes, because we were overseas. You
Okay.
can do it. You can do it once off. You can go. Obviously, I would say you can go your and go to the country. That's fine. You can do that, but you can also do, depending on the family. And at the time, he couldn't take leave because he's a U.S. soldier. So he couldn't leave the country just like that and just go to South Africa. It was gonna cost a whole lot of money. Already we were in the process of doing paperwork, and you guys, if you see my episode about the military process, um the premarital, that was during that time. I told my husband, you cannot put a ring inside my finger until we finish the negotiations. I don't want things happening all of a sudden, things are being slowed.
So this, let me tell you something. The Lobola negotiations are, or bride price negotiations are very detailed. And that actually could be a whole episode in itself. And I actually really want to talk about that. Now the thing is though, my battery is dying. It's like I don't even. We've been on for long, and there's so many comments that I want to get back to and talk about Lobola, but we can briefly go through them and then go ahead and send you on your way, and then we'll meet another week. Definitely can finish filling us in about Lobola or bride price process. Um, but yeah, and I want to just say that yes, he's a con, by the way, the one who's carried me. He's a con man talking about the tribe. But yes, kindly follow our YouTubes. You can follow hers there if you want to see more about a military spouse, a foreign military spouse to an American soldier. And me, I'm chronicling my life in Ghana and what it's like to build there. So yeah, just kindly go ahead and follow our YouTube pages or Instagram. She has some beautiful pictures of her South African beauty on there. Okay, from head to toe. So yeah, do you want to say anything else to the people, my dear Black Phoenix?
Okay. I can't, since we can't, maybe we'll do a part two next time.
Yeah,
Since
we'll do
you're,
part two. Yeah, because I'm on like 3%.
yeah, let's do a part two. All I can say is every country is different. There are very much similarities, especially with South Korea, respecting your elders and them eating, still being able to eat tripe. They have similarities with South Africans, and every country is different, but at the same time, everybody is an individual, so treat it that way. And whatever is in the media, don't believe everything. We are not kicking out South African white people, just putting it out there. They decided to live on their own. And then when it comes to xenophobic attacks, also some things get blown out of control because sometimes how the media controls is the narrative. Also, it's not like they don't happen; they do happen. However, plenty of Nigerians that have arrived in certain areas have done human trafficking, selling drugs, and the people got fed up and they started saying all the foreigners are acting some kind of way. And that became that rotten apples was or rotten apples type of thing. I don't know how to explain it. Um, yeah, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me. And yeah, thank you guys for commenting and saying beautiful things. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you want to see her handle, go to my post tab. My name is Jessie does travel with a Y. Jessie does travel, and you'll see I've tagged her. It's Phoenix Black with an X 6192. And yeah, guys, so I'm on 1%. So thank you, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you for coming to the live, and yeah, bye, guys.